I'm not gonna lie, changing this line starter was quite fun. So I started from the bottom, taking off that leg. I bent it to the side, and I'm like, man, I hope I remember that leg because I don't want to change the rotation to this motor. I take off the middle, I take off the other leg, right? So I separated to, remember which way they go. So then I go to the top. The top is a little bit more easier because they had them labeled L1, L2, and L3. So I'm not going to forget which way they go, right? So I decided to add another light so I can see a little bit more, and, better for the camera. So then, I'm taking off the top parts. It's pretty tight, so I'm using my finger to just like slide them right out of the terminals and stuff like that. At the same time, I'm remembering where they go. That one I just took out, I consider that one my neutral because that wire was actually labeled 2. So, you know how it is. You see the number 2, you're thinking that's the neutral, but you can't always count on that. Then I found the wire on the bottom, which is part of like the 96, 95 normally open contact. Right, so now that I got all the wires out, don't forget I also got that top wire for the A1 for the power of the coil and stuff like that. So removing all that, and now I put the new NIMI line starter in. Right now the way it sits doesn't sit the same, so I got to remove that little screw right there because it's stopping me from actually getting it on. And before I even try to tighten it, I'm like, let me just get these wires through. Now this one's a little different because it has an overload, and this overload has 3 holes, and I gotta slide the wires in the 3 holes, and it's not that easy. Now I'm pretty sure you could take off the overload and then do it like that, but what's the fun in that, right? So I decided, like, let me start from this end first. Let me see if I can get it that one, if I can get that one a little bit easier, right? And seemingly I was able to. Now that screwdriver that I'm using is a Klein, one of my favorites, but it's not the best. That's not the best Klein screwdriver. So that might not be the right one I should be using, but it's okay. I actually just bought the orange insulated screwdrivers again. So now I got the middle one going through. Trying to use that tiny screwdriver to place it, right? Giving me difficulties, but I'm able to do it. Tighten that up. Right now I'm gonna try the third one. That's the original one that I tried and I couldn't do it, but boom, I was able to pull that one off. Right, so now I'm like, let me try to get the top, these top terminals, tighten that up. That one was the neutral, the number 2, and I'm like, you know what, this can go there. And I'm like, nah, let me move it to the side. It doesn't really matter actually, because then I looked at the red wires and I seen which way they go. And that red wire that goes to the top goes to the terminal on the bottom, which was connected to that terminal that I had. So I think that's pretty much where it should be. I tightened the top 3 terminals, the L1, the L2, and the L3. There you go. Had to get them in there. I had no space to do any of this, by the way. Tightening that up. Okay, line it up, right? Tightening that up. Now I had to put the 14 and 14. That was the A1. That's the actual coil power. That's what's giving it my 120. When I took power, it said 130, but it's okay. Tighten that up, right? And then that wire right there goes to the bottom. So I'm like, wait a minute. I could just easily switch the wire. So I took that one back out, right, and put that one there, right? And that's kind of how it was connected in the other one. And I took that one. Yeah, I had to put that there, tighten it up, right? It gave me a little difficulty, but I was able to get it. Then I took that wire and put it back where that 96 was, because that's kind of like how it was with the other line starter, which we'll go over soon. And then, after I did that, I tried to snake it to the back to make it neat, but I'm like, you know what? I don't have enough wire. I'm good, as long as it works. And that was pretty much it. I tested the line starter. I was able to tighten the bottom screw, only one of them, and that was pretty much it.